Hi all. So in this video we are going to learn about static and non-static members of a class. So this is a very important topic. Most of the time you will see the keyword like static, and also we see this keyword when we are using the main function that starts with public static void main. So here we are going to learn about what are the static and non-static members and member function. Okay, so when we declare when we create an instance and we use that instance to access some attributes or the member function, then those attributes or member functions are known as the non-static members. Okay, so when we declare the tree class, right, so we declared some attributes and some functions in the tree class. So for accessing those attributes and function, we need to create an instance so that we can access those attributes and behavior of the particular class. So for a non-static member, you need to create an instance of that particular class in order to access a non-static member. Okay, so for the tree class, we declared the height, we declared the weight. Okay, sorry, we declared the height and diameter. Okay, and also we declared the tree type, right? So these were the attributes for the tree class, right? Now for these attributes are known as the non-static members, because if we want to access these attributes in the main class, we need to create an instance of that particular tree class, right? So these are the non-static members of the class. Okay, so it is a part of class that is accessible only with the instance of that class. Okay, accessible only with the instance. Okay, and that instance should belong to the class. Okay, so this is very important. So we already see in the code that we can access these attributes using the created objects of that class, right? Similarly, we had one function there for the tree. We had a function. Okay, so for that function, we were what we were trying to do, we were trying to check whether it is a tall or not. So that function is also belonging to the tree class, and that we can access using the instance of that particular tree class, right? So these are instance based member functions or attributes, right? These are the non-static members of the class. Okay, now what are the static members of the class? So definitely for the static members are those which are accessible by the which do not require a particular instance of the class to access. Okay, so static members are accessible through the class only. Okay, so it is accessible through the class and belong to the class. Okay, so we do not need to create a specific object for that class to access those static members, right? So now we are going to see about how we can declare the static member for a particular class. Okay, so it is clear, right? So what are the static members? So it is a part of class that is accessible only through the class and belongs to the class, right? It could be an attribute, or it could be a member function, right? Or it could be the main function. Here we have already seen that we use the static keyword. So like that we can have either the attribute or member function as the static, right? So it is not based on particular instance, but rather it belongs to all the instance of that class, right? So definitely these are not the static member function or variables. Rather these are the non-static. Let's declare some static member of the class, right? So we will go back to our class, right? Okay, and this is our class, right? Tree.java, and here you see all these are static non-static members, because these can be accessed in the main class via the object of that class, like maple dot height or oak dot height or oak dot tree type or maple dot tree type or oak dot announce tall tree or maple dot announce tall tree. Okay, so these are the non-static members, right? Now let's create some static members for this class. So we will declare here static member. Okay, and here we are going to create one static color, that is the trunk color. Okay, so we here have this color, we created an object of the color class, right? So for that we will import the color class. Okay, so I think it is imported. Yup, it is imported. So it belongs to the java.awt.color. So this is the package name and it is the color class. So we are creating one instance of this color class. And for creating this instance, we will use the constructor new new color. And here we are going to pass certain values like 100, then 51, and let's say 0. So these are some uh, values we pass to that. So we created one trunk color, that is the color object, and we instantiated it with this three values. So we will see next what is this, but since we have used the static keyword in front of this trunk color, so now this becomes a static member. Okay, let's save this part. So this is one static attribute. Now if we need to see how the static attribute is different from the non-static attribute, we will go to our main.java, and here we will call the static attribute. Okay, and let's print this. So system, okay, system dot out dot println, and here we will since this is a particular instance of the tree class, we can use the tree, and then we can, so here you see we have automatically we are automatically getting this trunk color. So we will pick this up. So tree dot trunk color, and okay, here this system, right, and this should be okay. So now what is this error somewhere? Okay, okay, right, I got it. So that's why it should be autocomplete. Okay, so it is system.out.println, and we are printing that tree dot trunk color. So now here we aren't using the tree object to specify this trunk color. We can use the class, in fact, so that this class, from this class we are calling this trunk color. So we save this, and let's run this. So let's see. So here you see we are getting a particular color that we have instantiated it with. So clearly, like here we see that this is the static attribute. So we don't need to create a object of this tree class to refer to this particular property, right? So this is a static part of the class. Similar way, we can have the static function, static member function also. For example, we can call this announce tree function, and here we can just call this function like static function. Okay, and we can declare it as static void and announce tree. And here what we will do, we will system dot out dot print ln, and here we will print the this dot trunk color. So this dot trunk color. Okay, so here if we are using this dot trunk color, so we need not to use this way, because the trunk color is we don't need any kind of if you see here the error, so here cannot use this in a static constant. Okay, so definitely if we are using this, then it makes the interpretation that for the strung color, for calling the strung color, we need to create an object. But since this is a static attribute, we do not need this part, so we can directly call the trunk color. So the error has gone, you see. And here we call the strung color and we are printing out. So this is our static function. Okay, so we can call the static function in our main part also, like we can use this and right, and here we can call this, and here we will be using tree dot and the function that we have declared here, that is the announce tree. So announce tree, so this is a static method, and hence, okay, why it is, something is wrong here. So system dot out dot println tree dot announce tree, what's wrong here, the println boolean in the, okay, so here, okay, sorry, it should be just calling this function since the print statement is inside this. So tree dot announce tree. So here you don't see any kind of instance of tree created to call this function. Well, for this we have created, we are you calling this function using the instance of the tree. But here we do not need to create an instance of the tree, right? So this is a static member function. Okay, so this way we can have the static and non-static attribute and member function in that. Let's call it, and let's see what does it have. Okay, so we get the same result from this also, right? So this is all about the thing, static and non-static member functionalities. And of course we can see what is there in this class, that is we have declared here, that is the trunk color. So this is the color class. So if we open this class color dot class, you can see this is the very package, and here we have this class, and these are the various constructor part. So this is, we have already we these are the some of the default values that we have already assigned to the object. So if you want to look at the class implementation, you can see this is a very basic class where we have different functions and different constructor. This is a particular constructor. So we have used this one here in our code also, right? And okay, so you can check for these built-in classes. So this is all about it, and next we are going to see about the four pillars that we are talking about in the object oriented programming system. Till that, keep watching the video, and please do like and subscribe my channel if you like my videos. Thank you very much.